Listen up, America. We have your number one way to fail a first date. I'm joined by Genevieve. I am Heather, and we are matchmakers and dating coaches, and we cannot stress this enough. The surefire way to ruin a first date is by being distracted. We have some staggering evidence on surveys that have been done throughout America, and we have the highest rated number imaginable. Distracted daters are not going to get a second date. Something like 60% of people said that if their person sitting across from them that they're meeting for the first time seemed distracted, they were not interested in seeing them again. And that's exactly right. Genevieve, what are your thoughts? What is the number one way to seem distracted on a first date?
Well, Heather, thank you for, bringing up this topic, because I think this is one of the things that stops people going past that first date. How many hundreds of thousands probably have we spoken to of first date people have been so disappointed? Yes. And this is even before the days of mobile phones. People would say, oh, they weren't distracted, they weren't invested, they seemed distracted, their mind was somewhere else. It doesn't have to be a mobile phone. You could be just looking around wherever you are on your date and not listening properly to the person that you're with. I mean, if you're having a two-way conversation, it's got to be a two-way conversation. I always say to people, a date is like a game of tennis. And yes, very British of me, but it is. It's like a racket sport. Let's just say it's like a racket sport. You need two people to get a good rhythm going. Okay, you need the two of you. I mean, if there's just one playing on their own, it's not fun. So you need the two of you to be as invested in the process. So if your date is distracted, you need to think one or two things. Are they distracted because they're not invested in me, in being here? In which case, call them out on it. Mm-hmm. Now, I know this is controversial, but I've had a number of clients over the past who like this and have used this on a date, because sometimes they might just be nervous and not realize what they're doing. So you always call someone out on it kindly. You do it with love. You say, oh, so, is today perhaps not a good day for us to have a date? You seem just a little distracted. So I if I'm taking up your time, we can reschedule, or if it's not right for you, if I'm not the right person for you, no hard feelings. I wish you well. And when they've used that, sometimes they've gone, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And all of a sudden they're back in the room. They're back and they're present and they're invested again. Dating is all about being authentic. It's all about being vulnerable, and it's all about finding someone that you can be authentic and vulnerable with. So even if you're practicing that on the first date and you're having to reset the whole date again, that's absolutely fine. Mm-hmm. If you I say to people, if you need to check on your phone, if you've got children who are being looked after, or if you're a little bit anxious, if you're going to need your phone out for whatever reason, then say to your date, you know what, do you mind if I keep my phone out and keep it on?
There's no almost more feeling of defeat when you take, we know this, first dates, no matter where you are in your dating journey, they're difficult, they're scary, they're nerve-wracking, they're, riddled with anxiety. You're taking your precious time to meet some brand new human being that you've never met before. And so to marry it with somebody that's just not making eye contact, that's not asking questions, that's not answering questions, it can feel really, really defeating. And so it's so important, I think you're right, to communicate if there are needs. If you need to have your cell phone out, tell somebody. Otherwise, put that puppy away. Put it away. A high level of singles that have been surveyed said just by checking your cell phone, whether it's checking a text message, social media, a missed call, is something that is seen as a negative. And so if you do not need it, put it away. Put the temptation away. That is super important.
So important. But if you really do need to check your phone, make an excuse and go to the bathroom and check it.
There you go.
Don't do it in front of your date. Go to the bathroom. Say, just need to go to the bathroom. Take your phone, check it there. I think it's really important to think this date space is almost a safe space for the two of you to be invested in just you. No one else and nothing else. And if you think about if it's an hour or 2 hours, it's not a lot of time. And especially if you've been put together by a matchmaker, a lot of work goes into introducing you. And there's a lot of method behind the madness of what we do. There's a lot of science as to why we're putting people together. Mm-hmm. So you need to really invest your time, your energy in working out what it is that's making someone want the two of you to meet.
Right.
So nothing is a missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do know, and we know this scientifically, and we know this through our clients, is once you've got over the first date hurdle, you're meeting as strangers. The first date you're meeting as strangers. I always say this, stranger meeting stranger. There's nothing weirder than two strangers meeting and thinking, do I want to spend the rest of my life together? Stop that. Just think, do I want to see them again? That is it. Nothing else. Do I want to see this person again? That's all we're asking. So just stay on point, stay present, and stay invested in that first date.
Absolutely. We're talking about maybe an hour of your time.
1 to 2 hours maximum.
1 to 2 hours in that first date. Really think of this as that safe space, that sacred space just for the two of you to explore each other. I think that is so great. I love visuals. And I think that really built a beautiful visual on the goal of a first date. So please, top tip, put the cell phones away, be present, be engaged in a very first date. It is a huge opportunity to make a stellar first impression, and first impressions, whether we like it or not, last a long time. We hope this has helped. Good luck out there on your first dates. Stay present, make great eye contact, and hopefully you'll land that second date. And of course, follow for more because Genevieve and I have a lot of really wonderful tips to share with you. Thanks, Genevieve.
Thanks, Heather. Bye-bye.
Bye.